Introducing, first of all, from Chelsea, Alabama, Corey Hollis. And from Kennesaw, Georgia, Chip Day. They are Jimmy Rave approved.
Well, fans, this is our main event here. This episode of Rampage Pro Wrestling, a tournament that started weeks ago, now comes to conclusion as the Jimmy Rave approved team enters the ring. Chip Day, Corey Hollis
and
in the finals, and their opponents are their mentor, Jimmy Rave, and the heavyweight champion, Kyle Matthews.
Introducing from Marietta, Georgia, he is the RPW heavyweight champion, Kyle Matthews. And we have just received word that as of right now, Jimmy Rave has not arrived in the building. This is for the Rampage Cup. Your referee is Dustin Robinson.
Well, fans, it appears right now Jimmy Rave not in the building, and I've heard nothing other than the fact that this match is going on. Referee Dustin Robinson doesn't look happy about this. Kyle Matthews seems resolved. Jimmy Rave approved team, Chip Day, Corey Hollis seemed a little smug over in the corner because right now this is 2-on-1. Hopefully Jimmy Rave is going to make it out here. He has been inconsistent for sure, but certainly has been there for each and every one of these matches and a big part of each of these wins. But right now, as Ben Masters returns here to commentary for this main event, this hour of television, the finals of the Rampage Cup.
That was a hard announcement to make, to say that Jimmy Rave isn't in the building yet, because I looked in the eyes of Kyle Matthews and he's very much alone in this match.
Very much so, and right now it is proverbially 2-on-1. The only thing that may redeem this is that Kyle Matthews will have one man at a time. This isn't 2-on-1 in the ring, it's 1-on-1, except one man has a chance to get a breather and the other man has no chance to get a breather. On the line, the finals of the Rampage Cup tournament, a tournament that began months ago here at Rampage Pro Wrestling, featuring the finest teams in Rampage Pro Wrestling, including the tag team champions, the Cash Vault, including
the tag team of the year, the Washington Bullets were in it. A lot of people came in.
From Ring of Honor, Caprice Coleman and Cedric Alexander. Teams from all over the place competed at various times, but it's now down to what I want to say was two teams. And you have to wonder, as we know, Davey Richards is here in the arena. He's not set to appear on this particular hour of television. He is supposed to appear next week on television. But next week, the only match we're aware at this time is the television title match between Mike Posey and Drew Adler, the current champion.
That's be a great championship match. Right now, Kyle Matthews, we know Kyle Matthews, what he's made of. This man voted the Wrestler of the Year 2 years. This man voted the Technical Wrestler of the Year. This man's the current NWA RPW Heavyweight Champion. This man also was voted a future legend. So this man certainly has great credentials, but what can you do 2-on-1?
Very much so, and right now Kyle Matthews controlling these two men, and Kyle Matthews lands a solid blow to the gluteus maximus of Chip Day, who's holding it, so it must have hurt.
And now outside the ring, obviously rethinking the situation here.
And I don't know if sitting on the problem is the way to solve it, although he's sitting on a colder surface. Maybe that helps.
Donut pillow thing.
Yeah, the donut pillow thing would help.
Kyle Matthews certainly, so far, is looking great in this match. And that lends a lot to the psyche of Kyle Matthews. This man doesn't back down from challenges. And this indeed is a challenge if there ever was one. But he's not running away from it.
Well, you remember Kyle Matthews, the current heavyweight champion, and he fought long and hard. The man he most recently defeated, or one of the most recent matches where he defeated, was Jimmy Rave. Interestingly, it was at the conclusion of that match, Kyle Matthews versus Jimmy Rave, that Davey Richards made his appearance. Davey Richards insulted Jimmy Rave, said that Rave was not the man he remembered him to be, and the indication was the result of that match with Kyle Matthews. Richard challenged Jimmy Rave directly as a representative of Rampage Pro Wrestling to man up and to face him and Team Ambition if Doc Gayton could come up with the money for Davey Richards to return. Well, Dr. Gayton did just that. Davey Richards is back, but missing in action, Jimmy Rave.
Interesting. And that time a boot to the backside of Kyle Matthews. So both these men seem to have similar problems at this time.
Very much so.
Kyle Matthews certainly very good with that fancy footwork, and we've seen those step-up insecurities and those slurpy kicks that he delivers better than perhaps anyone here.
Now fans here enjoying this hour of television, the entire television taping. Several hours have been taped here at this particular taping for Rampage Pro Wrestling as we head toward the month of August and August 12th, as we've announced before. And fans,
this is the place to be, that's for sure.
Very much so. And of course, you want to keep up with all the activity at Rampage Pro Wrestling, so you would go to rampageprowrestling.net. You would also go to the Facebook page where periodically special videos, excerpts, both from the television program and some things you haven't seen anywhere before are posted there. One of the things we want to remind fans is to support one of our advertisers, the nice people that do the Verve Energy drink.
Absolutely, and we know that Dr. Johnny Gayton, who was injured earlier, he has lost a lot of weight and got in great shape just on that Verve.
Well, very much so, but right now our concern for Dr. Johnny Gayton isn't with his weight loss, which I tell you was pretty startling when I saw him. Looked like he had lost 20, 30 pounds, quite literally.
And the way he lifted him up and just dropped him, I mean, that shows you that power.
Power lifter. Dr. Johnny Gayton may not be the youngest man in the building, but he's still one of the strongest anytime he appears here. But now you have to wonder about his status. This is a man with an amazing schedule, traveling all over the world, performing important eye surgeries on a regular basis, and you have to hope that what Murder One did is not going to put him out of action for a while, simply because of the people he cares for throughout the Middle Georgia area and literally throughout the United States, as people come from all over the United States to be treated by Dr. Gayton.
We already knew that Murder One had no respect for Dr. Gayton by the things he had said, the things he had done in this building, and obviously that just adds to it, just showing he really has no regard whatsoever for Dr. Johnny Gayton.
Well, then A.J. Steele comes out. A.J. Steele, of course, still severely injured, albeit not physically per se, except for one body part, and that is one of the more sensitive areas of the body, the eye. Dr. Gayton, examining him, told him that he was at great risk to try to get back into the ring, and Murder One, realizing that, first thing he did was stick that finger in the eye, tear the bandage off, and more damage was done to the already injured eye. Thank goodness for Micah Taylor, the returning Micah Taylor, who came out and managed to chase Murder One away.
Just wonder where that will end, and how do you stop a man like Murder One? This man's on a rampage. We talked about Rampage Pro Wrestling. He's on one right now.
Well, right now, though, we have one man taking on two for the finals of the Rampage Cup. Here, our main event at Rampage Pro Wrestling this television hour. And now Kyle Matthews manages to get back up into his feet, grabs the leg, and now repeated chops to the chest of Chip Day, forces him back in the corner. But Chip Day, the larger man, able to force Kyle Matthews over in the corner where the wrestling machine, Corey Hollis comes in, lands a solid headbutt, rocking Kyle Matthews, takes him down now to one knee.
Corey Hollis, the wrestler on that team, but Jimmy Rave for sure. And Chip Day certainly has had that moniker, do or die, forever. And that is his motto, do or die.
Out goes Chip Day out. Well, both of them go out. I had them in the wrong order, but they ended up both in the same place. And now Kyle Matthews getting ready to fly. But
Mike Posey
is in position to do some
damage. Why is he out here?
Duck and a miss by Posey, but that gives Chip Day an opportunity to enter.
No!
And into the corner goes Kyle Matthews.
That
hard
distraction
by Corey Hollis. Drew Adler now makes sure Posey gets out of there. Adler paying attention to Mike Posey. They're going to be facing off in action, as we said, next week here on the television hour.
Thank goodness Drew Adler came out here.
But now both men in the ring, and referee Dustin Robinson trying to make it clear they need to get out, and within a 5 count, they're exerting damage. Leg drop and a knee, and now a cover. This is one. There's barely a 2 count, if that. Rear chin lock now as Chip Day controls him, changes it over, hooks the arm through, and leverages both arms together to control Kyle Matthews. Now he's raking at the face, the nose of Kyle Matthews. Chip Day, of course, last year's most improved wrestler in the state of Georgia. Corey Hollis, I believe the year before that, was the Rookie of the Year in the state.
Well, these guys are all award-winning competitors and continue to get those great honors. And
now returning the favor in the corner, Chip Day, as he adjusts his mouth guard. A little reminiscent there of Davey Richards.
Absolutely. It makes you wonder. And, all these accolades these guys have, someone's leaving the ring today with another one, and that's the Rampage Cup. And Kyle Matthews now moving in. Hard shot, Chip Day. Good retaliation there by Matthews. Trying to shake off that leg injury.
In terms of sound and pain quotient, Kyle Matthews winner, but right there, no win, running right into a big boot. Pardon me, boot?
Yes.
Big boot.
Well, it felt like
I don't know what accent that was.
Can you use that at Words for Friends, that game?
It was like a little Canadian thrown in there or something. Boat. Anyway, but regardless, controlled is Kyle Matthews taken back into the corner, and now Corey Hollis rolls through, has him hooked, 1 count.
Cinching in around that waist and riding Kyle Matthews, showing you that extensive amateur wrestling background that belongs to Corey Hollis.
Also,
this man can mat wrestle with the best of them.
Very much so. A lot of upper body strength also on Corey Hollis. Works out hard in the gym. Seeing some improvement also in the upper body. Looks like Chip Day has been spending a little bit more time in the gym. One of the benefits of being associated with Corey Hollis and Mike Posey, both of whom are, for want of a word, gym rats.
Well, that's a good word for it. And kicked out by Kyle Matthews. He says, not yet, not yet. I'm going to give up. And again, Kyle Matthews is not a quitter. He's really going to fight these two tooth and nail until he can't fight anymore.
Chip Day, Corey Hollis have been traveling all over the Southwest, appearing for several promotions up in North Carolina. In fact, at a recent event, they took on the team of Jimmy Rave and Kyle Matthews at an event that I guess Jimmy Rave was able to make it to. Not sure right now of the reasoning behind the absence of Jimmy Rave, but certainly the one questioning it the most is the man that's in the ring taking the punishment, the heavyweight champion Kyle Matthews.
Does anyone ever really know what's going through the mind of Jimmy Rave?
Not really. He is a question wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in something else.
Pull him up, covers him, and a 2 count, close call.
Oh!
That kick caught him, donkey kick, and you see reeling now on the mat is Kyle Matthews, who is down now and certainly in pain. Chip Day pulls him up, snapmare now.
Goes behind, uses the leg to leverage one arm, form an abdominal stretch at this point. Rather than hooking the leg, he's hooked the opposing arm, but he's doing similar kind of damage, except not as deep in the abdomen. Now hooking the leg, pulling away, he's able to exert some of that pressure on the abdomen, similar to the abdominal stretch.
And Chip Day has full control right now. Kyle Matthews in center ring. Dustin Robinson right on top of the action. You are watching the finals of the Rampage Cup. If you just tuned in, this was not scheduled as a handicap match. Jimmy Rave just has not appeared in the building as of yet.
And now Kyle Matthews, a lot of fight in this man, and we've chronicled that before. A man that does not give up. And this is one of those days he has no choice. He's going to have to go out there and fight on behalf of a team that made it all the way to the tournament to this point and to this particular opportunity and match. Only one team can be the first winner of the Rampage Cup.
You know, a lot of times in tag team and handicap matches, you're wrestling 2 men who aren't necessarily a seasoned tag team. These guys know each other very well. They're very well functioning, and they're on the same page, and to beat them, it's hard for 2 guys versus just one.
Very much so. Now Kyle Matthews being brushed with the foot, but he's fighting back out of that corner, repeated blows. But look at, you can see how tired Kyle Matthews is, and Corey Hollis, look at the strength as he just waits, picks him up, and plants him hard down on the back. Sort of a form almost of an angle slam, it appeared. Took him down hard. You can see that hurt the back of the head of Kyle Matthews, and now cinching in again on the waist is Corey Hollis, going back to the move he had gone to earlier in this match, sucking the wind out of the heavyweight champion.
And Kyle is trying his best. The fans certainly rallied behind this young man. The NWA RPW heavyweight champion did not get that title for nothing. This man is a fighter. And he's going to show him right now a good back elbow.
Matthews uses the foot, turns, but he turns right into that with a bridge. Could be a pin right here. Manages to kick out. Good move by Corey Hollis, but not enough to pin Kyle Matthews, who now is trying to get to a vertical base, but literally just pushed back with the foot onto his back. But now picked up by Hollis, taken over in the corner, and now it's time for Chip Day to inflict a little more damage as he goes into the ropes and comes off with a knee to the back.
And it's Kyle now just falling lifelessly down to the canvas. And that could be easy pickings, but not quite there. Chip Day thought he had him. Hooked the leg, but not enough there.
Bit of a lazy cover there by Day. I think these 2 young men need to take this match as seriously as they possibly can. They may have an advantage in numbers, But anytime you're in the ring, I don't care how many people it is, and I don't know how tough the situation, Kyle Matthews is a man that can always come out on top if you give him that window of opportunity. We've chronicled it before. It's only a 3 count. 3 seconds separate a winner from a loser in a match. And Kyle Matthews, extra dangerous when it comes to submission maneuvers like the Hadaka lock.
Certainly self-confidence is a great thing in a wrestling match, but sometimes being overly self-confident can be a downfall.
We talked earlier about the move that Chip Day was using on the floor, reminiscent of the abdominal stretch. That is the abdominal stretch reversed now. And Kyle Matthews has a hook nice and deep, rolls through, takes him through, down 2 count. He could have fallen down. Abdominal stretch taken to the mat is a guillotine and is a pinning maneuver itself. Cover there after the slingshot, again only a 2 count.
Caught across that throat with the ropes, and that took a lot out of him.
And he ties Matthews up and is leveraging even more pressure on that already damaged throat.
And now again pulling now the leg, pulling the arm back, and now the head and stretching him back. Another form of submission here. Not only, I don't think they're really trying to make the man submit, but trying to wear the man out.
We're well into this main event match here at Rampage Pro Wrestling. Fans, great to have you on board here anytime you tune in on Fox 24, Cox Cable, the internet, wherever you're watching Rampage Pro Wrestling. You're seeing the finest in professional wrestling, and you're seeing an example of it right here, albeit not exactly the match we had planned as our main event, but certainly a heck of a match regardless.
A main event anywhere in the country as it is, and certainly we don't know how this will end up, but hopefully Kyle Matthews will find a way out of this. And now backing him all the way up into the ring corner as Matthews charges in, caught him with that leg lariat.
You begin to wonder how much longer, given the punishment that Kyle Matthews is taking, can he continue to do what he just did, Ben Masters, by kicking out?
How many times can you kick out? At some point, they're going to take everything he has out of him. Right now the tag is made and a double team.
Double underhook suplex, both men now, good double team maneuver. You can see that the teamwork has become exceptional, and now they're going for, I guess, a 2-person version of the overkill.
Referee.
But nobody home there. Nobody home there.
Smart move by Kyle to roll out of the way.
And now all 3 men down, and Kyle Matthews has an opportunity. Kyle Matthews has a chance right now. If only there was somebody to tag. If only Jimmy Rave were in the tag position at this point, this would be the great opportunity. If Jimmy Rave is anywhere around, this is your opportunity to get involved in this match. But Kyle Matthews is determined to do it on his own as he's back to a vertical base.
Caught him with a clothesline. Head under the clothesline by Kyle Matthews. A second win here by Kyle Matthews. Double axe handle chops. Now shoots him in. Reversal. Kyle goes in. Chip Day charges in with a Slurpee version of a Slurpee.
Caught him with a little bit of a kick. Step up right there. Rocks back Hollis. Here comes Chip Day. Catches one to the midsection. Up, over, rolls through, up, and hello, Chip.
And that's going to be good night Irene if he can get him in the center ring.
Cover. 1, 2.
That's it. No. Corey stopped it.
The numbers there, the advantage for the Jimmy Rave approved team. An advantage that is not available for Kyle Matthews.
Kyle just proved right there he could win this match. It's any man's game right now. Now double arm whip. They cut him off. Good take by Matthews.
And
running Corey right into Chip.
A little bit of a meeting of the minds right there, and now Chip Day all alone, hooked, and he's going for the Hadaka.
He's got it, and this is it right here.
Wait a minute, Davey Richards is here.
What is Davey Richards coming out here for? Now we know the situation with Davey Richards and Jimmy Rave from before. Who is he clapping for?
Richards out, hasn't gotten involved in any way in this match, seems to simply be observing. We said he was backstage.
Why is he out? Whoa!
Well, I said he hadn't gotten involved, but he did right there. Oh, Matthews rolls right in. Oh, my gosh.
If we didn't know who was aligned with, I think we know now. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, your winners of the Rampage Cup, Jimmy Rave approved, Corey Hollis and Chip Day.
Well, fans, the winners of the Rampage Cup, Chip Day, Corey Hollis, and in the ring celebrating with them, not Jimmy Rave approved, it appears right now. They may well be approved by Davey Richards. Davey Richards has now asked for a microphone, and I guess he's going to talk about something.
I told you last time I was here, don't mess with Davey Richards. Now you see, I've heard from a lot of guys that Chip Day, well, he's a big fan of Davey Richards. But I just want to personally come to, what's that on my end? It don't matter. I personally want to come to wherever we are in Georgia to say, when it comes to Corey Hollis and Chip Day, I'm your biggest fan. Let's all give them a round of applause. It's a new day, it's a new chapter, and old DR's writing the book. No more are we going to talk about Jimmy Rave approved, because these guys are Davey Richards approved.